The year was 2467. The galaxy had long since been divided into sectors controlled by various species, some ancient, some newly ascended. But no species had risen faster, or more violently, than humanity. They called them Terrans, though most preferred apes with guns. And now they had something new, something worse. It was codenamed Oblivion's Fong. Not a ship, not a fleet, a myth. To most aliens, it didn't exist. To those who had seen it, it was a quantum-locked monstrosity, a fortress of war that could not be hacked, disabled, or even understood. It appeared without warning, shimmered like a fractured dimension, and unleashed destruction on a scale only described in religion and nightmares. Captain Railthak of the Varn Dominion had served in 8 campaigns against the Terrans. He had fought at Proxima B, retreated at Mars, and lost half his crew during the Trident Nebula skirmish. But nothing had prepared him for what his long-range sensors now showed. A dark silhouette beyond the edge of the Theta-6 system. No life signs, no heat emissions, no radiation. But his sensor officer paused, mandibles twitching. The quantum lattice in this sector just froze. Railthak leaned forward. Impossible. You're saying the quantum field has been locked, like time itself was stapled to a point in space. Silence swept the bridge. They all knew what it meant. It was here, Oblivion's Fong. The humans had deployed the beast. Across the fleet, transmissions were sent. Surrender codes activated. War banners dropped. Not a single weapon was fired. Not a single Terran soldier stepped foot on their ships. The fear of that one warship, its unexplainable nature, its reality-warping hull, its terrifying quiet was enough. Aboard the warship itself, Commander Isla Monroe stood calmly at her console. 37 Varn ships. All surrendered, her AI reported. She didn't even smile. This one's too easy. They're learning. The AI responded, you'd think they'd stop poking the bear. The bridge of Oblivion's Fong was unlike any other. It didn't hum or buzz. It sang. A low vibration like the whisper of a storm. Built with quantum-interlinked alloys and shielded in phase-shifted plates, it could slide between probability strands, appear in multiple locations simultaneously, and collapse enemy systems by merely existing. It didn't need guns. It was a weapon, and humans didn't use it often. But when they did, the galaxy remembered. Send a drone to collect their war maps, Isla said, and remind them, humanity only asks for peace. But we're really good at war. She turned from the screen. Her uniform shimmered, woven from the same quantum fibers as the ship itself. Outside, the hull twisted in shapes that defied logic. Parts of the ship seemed to bend through dimensions. Even black holes avoided its path. In orbit around Theta-6, the warship hovered in perfect stillness. Below, on the surface of the Varn colony, citizens looked up at the alien night sky and wept, not out of fear, out of awe. This was no longer war. This was a message. 3 days later, Galactic War Tribunal Neutral Zone. Ambassador Threlks of the Zur Consortium slammed his tentacle on the table. You cannot allow humans to keep using that abomination. The holographic recording of Oblivion's Fong hovered above the council, its surface constantly shifting, its presence emitting data static. It doesn't follow physics, barked another delegate. It corrupts gravitational law just by arriving. The Terran representative, Admiral Lucien Zhang, merely adjusted his cufflink. We told the galaxy, he said, stop invading our borders. Stop enslaving human colonies. Stop underestimating us. He pointed to the recording. We asked for peace. You demanded submission. The room was silent. And then, from the back of the chamber, a small, frail voice, a young representative from a lesser-known species, asked, is it true? It's piloted by one person? That it doesn't need a crew? Lucien smiled faintly. It doesn't need anyone. It's bound to human will. That's all. Whispers broke out. Quantum locking wasn't new, but will-bound quantum warships? That was black magic. And humans had done it. Again. Back on Oblivion's Fong, Isla sat in her meditation chamber. Around her, data flows danced like starlight. A voice, ancient and cold, spoke in her mind. Another victory. She nodded. They fear you. I don't want fear, she whispered. I want silence. Then give them silence. One star at a time. The ship pulsed. Somewhere deep in its hull, the quantum core shimmered, half here, half not. It was alive. Not in the way most life forms were. It was born from war. Forged in desperation. Quantum locked to one truth. Humanity would never be prey again.